Okay, we're live. So I'm going to share my screen with you. When's your birthday?
July 21st, 1977,
Okay, time.
3:59 a.m.,
And place.
Greensboro.
Where?
Just do a simple borough, Boro. Yeah, North Carolina.
Jupiter rising in Gemini, right?
Gemini rising? Yeah, Jupiter.
Good.
Is this Placidus?
Placidus.
Yeah, okay.
Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that. Whatever you need. I've just now learning a little bit for myself of astrology, just by, and I've just been more recently on Whole House, but yeah, Gemini rising is the thing.
You know what's interesting? The I had a podcast interview this morning,
Okay.
and she had Mercury conjunct Jupiter in Leo at the same degrees. Well,
Oh,
so
really?
what we're gonna, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
interesting.
let's just get started. So, career. What is your career? What do you do for work, or what have you done traditionally?
Um, well, those are two kind of different questions or different answers, but so currently, um, I am self-employed as an intuitive guide, or I would say like spiritual mentor. I do readings, like intuitive psychic readings, but also some kind of energy healings in there. And then I read a system called cardology. Are you familiar with cardology?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the tool that I used, still use, not as much as I used to, but that was the metaphysical tool that kind of brought me to all of this. Um, so that's what my career, it's been almost 9 years with cardology.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I got a cardology reading. Like a friend was like, "Do you want me to read your cards?" I was like, "Sure, whatever that is." And then I just felt like, whoa. First of all, that was good. That was clear. I have some clarity and understanding around some things. But then it felt like a language I already spoke. And I just like bought all the books. And that's not something that works. Like astrology doesn't, like I look at this and it's very confusing to me,
Hmm.
but then cardology, it's very clear to me. So that was kind of cool to go down that path. It's completely changed my life, my personal life, and then was able to start reading for others and make some money from it. And um, and I started that from a place of being a stay-at-home mom. So I wasn't shifting careers necessarily in the traditional sense. I was already home and like not working. And my goal has been to be able to maintain that and not need to go get another job. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that was kind of that transition point, because I know a lot of times when people find this type of work, they're already working somewhere else, and it can be really hard to make that jump, um, especially financially. But that was not my case.
Why is that not your case? So,
Oh, because
wait,
I was already a stay-at-home mom before. Like I
but
wasn't
how do you?
making a jump. Like
So, are you married?
I'm not currently married. I've been divorced for 10 years. Found this
Okay,
found
that's
this whole path
interesting.
right after divorce.
Yeah, that's right. Because you said 9 years ago you had the first. You've been
Right.
doing it for 9 years. You said, okay.
I've been, yeah, with cardology for 9 years. I started reading about maybe 7.5 years ago for donations. But I have a business now. I have for about 5 years.
Is it like a word of mouth business?
I mean, That's one of my most challenging things. I think there's a Saturn, there's something with, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have an Instagram account. I don't use it very much, but like every time I make a post, I usually get a booking or two. Um,
Oh,
I just don't make them very often. Like I'll go months in between sometimes. But it's mostly word of mouth. I mean, it started with my friends and my friends told their friends and then just meeting people out in the world. I don't have a full-time practice. Actually, I haven't done a reading in 2 months. I kind of closed it because I feel like a big transition is happening. And I've started moving towards teaching people how to develop their own intuition. Um, I started that a year ago. I am also still consider myself, I would say, like a part-time stay-at-home mom. I really pour into my kids when they're with me, and I'm with them and doing all the things. Um, so a challenge I've had is like navigating all of that.
oh, okay. I want to get there.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. Okay, let's start like this.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a notebook.
Sure.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So for me, the bulk of what we've been talking about so far is just Jupiter on your ascendant in Gemini.
Okay.
Gemini is the reader because it's like looking at a card and then translating it, right? So that's the Gemini. You can even see there's the two pillars, which is like input and output. So receiving something and then saying it.
That makes sense. Like I feel like that's such a gift of mine. I'm able to like, yeah, translate for people, answer
Right.
the questions they don't even know they have yet.
And there's Jupiter that is directly on your ascendant in Gemini. So you've been an intuitive all of your life, or did you only discover that later?
I only discovered that post-divorce, really. So 10 years ago.
What did
I
you
mean,
do?
I
What did
can
you
look
do?
back and see, but I was covered up. I was not living my life.
And before, like, did you have a career before you
I,
were married or
I did. I was always in, so before kids, I always worked until my first son was born. And then I was like, I don't know how to like work and be a mom.
uh-huh.
Um, I always worked in customer service roles. So human resources, where I worked with the employees and helped them understand their benefits and their training and, just being an employee at the company. And I worked in banking. I did like loans for people or mortgages. So I would help them understand the programs and what might be a good fit for their financial circumstances.
Uh-huh. Okay, so do you see there's the Jupiter. You're
Okay.
a teacher, right? An informant. And you're informing people specifically about benefits, right? That's Jupiter, the benefic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're helping them understand things. You're mirroring information for them. You're translating for them again, right?
Yeah.
In that different format. And it's again a lot of talking to people, which is Gemini,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
customer facing roles.
Absolutely.
And you
Always.
being the one to have all the information because Jupiter's on your ascendant, right?
Right. I love having the information.
Okay.
And like
And
when
so
someone tries to tell me things, I've had to learn to not be uh, self-righteous, learn to be patient and let them tell me, even if I already know.
how so? Can you,
Yeah, just like not, I mean, I don't, there's some relationships I have where, that this person likes to tell me like, oh, I heard about this and I did this and I learned this and I want to tell you this. And I used to kind of be like, I know, like I knew that already, or whatever, but I learned that that kind of like invalidated them. So just
Uh-huh.
kind of learning to be like, oh yeah, oh, I have heard something, just being more gentle with it, rather than like, yeah, I already know.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
also knowing that I don't know everything, like learning that, like I may know a lot, but I don't know everything.
Okay, so you do know a lot. Like you're a big reader.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's Jupiter again, rising in
Yeah.
Gemini. I guess you read tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. Or you
That
know
makes,
lots.
well, that makes sense that I'm like always reading,
Yeah, exactly.
scanning,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
knowing. Yeah. So like when I'm in the room, with people, I, well, and then you bring in the clairs, like very sense or like however I feel about it. But yeah, I'm always like, yeah, always reading
I mean,
energy or information.
it's the same with the reading. Like, yeah, you're picking things up about people and it comes very naturally. So like that very different language just
Yeah.
makes sense to you. It's so clear. Right? That's the Jupiter energy, being tapped in Jupiter.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. And you also have Venus nearby. All right, so that makes me think about how much you must enjoy, like
I love it.
talking to people and yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a good reminder because, like I said, I haven't had a client in a couple months and I'm opening my calendar back up. That's a task for today, but and to make some posts about it and tell the people. But I've always said my reading days, my client days are my favorite days ever. It's like the best day
Okay.
when
Mm-hmm.
someone can come to me with questions or uncertainty, and then I'm able to help provide clarity and understanding.
Okay. Yeah, that makes me think about Venus being in your 12th also nearby Jupiter. Like you provide
Yeah.
intangible reading. It's more connected with the spiritual realm rather than
Yeah. The word intangible is something that has like I'm confident now in the what I am able to provide someone, how they feel and how and like kind of, but to put it into words in a marketing, like this is what I do, this is what you'll get. That has been my biggest challenge. And it's, yeah, I've
um
really struggled with that.
okay, that makes me think about your Mercury Saturn conjunction in the third
Yeah, I was gonna
house.
say I think Saturn and Mercury. Yeah.
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 And yeah, that they're connected to Venus.
Oh, I see that line. I don't
Yeah.
really understand conjunctions, but
Well, the conjunction is like Mercury is, let's say, putting together a marketing campaign, right? Because it's Mercury, which is like writing things out, finding the images, making a post.
right.
Mercury. And Saturn is when you're severely debilitated. Okay.
Complete block.
But also extremely masterful or very obstinate, like very particular. Right. So
Yeah.
you might write a lot, like notebooks, right? Be very thorough.
Yeah. Or also when I do make a post, it's authentic, it's informative, it's engaging or captivating or something. And then there's response to it. I don't ever make anything. I think a couple times because I was trying to be consistent even when I was uninspired. And I just like talked about something and then there was hardly any response. Um,
Hmm.
but it's like when I am inspired and kind of like tapped in and I spend the time and I'm conscientious and intentional about it every single time there's bookings. I mean, one or two. One time there was three. I talked about Venus. Should talk about Venus more.
What does it mean that you're very intentional? What does that look like? Posting intentionally.
Um, I think the way it shows up is I've had a couple people tell me I'm perfectionistic about it, but it's like if I want to share a part, like a part of my story and how it relates to something, sometimes I realize like, oh, I'm trying to get what I'm doing. I'm trying to get something out of this, but I want them to get something out of it. So then I like scrap and start over. Just intentional. Just check again. Like, what are my intentions with this post? Is it for me or for them? Um, I mean, if it's for me, it doesn't. In the sense of like I'm just trying to get money. Like it doesn't. I just always want to be giving, benefiting, in some way. I think because I can read, I don't know, I just read, yeah, I can read the energy of it all. So I'm conscientious about what I say to a fault because I'm afraid to like, I get blocked and like, yeah, there's a block of like never wanting someone to feel like they're bad or wrong or less than.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Were you belittled growing up?
I wouldn't say belittled, but dismissed my sensitivity. Yeah.
Ah.
Um, so like I'm very sensitive and highly attuned, and I have been always, but that wasn't something that was understood or seen or valued. So I mean, I live. So the way that that showed up for me that I can understand, I don't really remember a lot of my childhood, but I appeased. So people pleasing and appeased, whatever would like not rock the boat, whatever kept everything, good. Um, and so I did sports and then, kind of some things that just aren't me. I was good at them, but when people who know me now, I used to play golf and I was good at it, and my family played golf, but like I'm not. I never liked it. It's just what I was good at and what I was expected to do because I was good at it. So I finally quit when I was like 20. That was a big deal. Um, but belittled, I have a very critical mother, and her mother was very critical.
So can you give an example? What does it mean to be critical? Can you point towards a specific event?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, I'm, I'm picturing my oldest son's face because every time my mom, his grandmother, criticizes me, he just looks at me and he just like rolls his eyes, or he like puts his hand on me or something like, it's okay, mom. And so I'm trying to think of what are examples. Uh, I mean, it's mostly it's anything. It's um, the way I parked. Oh, you're too far over there. You need to. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Or I did like one time in my 20s, I was like, I really want to work with animals. And that was met with like, why would you do something like that? Like, that's ridiculous. You've never talked about animals. Just kind of like negative or
Uh-huh. So in conversation, you're always being blocked. Like you want to express and maybe start a conversation, and then there's the no coming.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no, and I feel like I work really hard to not have that happen. Um, but yeah, it's like what comes forefront are all the reasons to not do something. And so I work hard to like quiet that and just trust. Um, and that serves me really well. But then when I get in my head and I'll get blocked again of that, like, these are all the reasons to not do this.
So were you really blocked for many years from expressing yourself?
Yeah. I mean, so I'm 48 and I would say 4 years ago, I mean, post divorce kind of started it because I started to see like, who am I without another person? Um,
Uh-huh. And I guess he was also not conversational.
no, he is now. We're having a fantastic relationship now. Um,
Uh-huh.
he's done a lot of healing and so have I. So I would say it was about 4 years ago that I started to like find myself. I said I feel like I'm a teenager again, but I'm like in my 40s and I'm finally starting to figure out who I am, not who I'm supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
And that's been incredible because yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
a
Okay.
lot, a lot more comfortable being me, but there's still mostly when it's safe, like not fully into the world. I heard that Uranus is entering Gemini for like many years, and so like apparently Gemini is like we get to let our freak flag fly. So I'm kind of excited about that, like having some energy to help me just be more expressive out in public.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, there is this controlled, um, blocked part
Okay, and that's been something that's been there for like for life, right?
my whole life. Yeah, my
Okay.
whole life.
You know, it's pretty emphasized in your chart because you have the chart ruler is Mercury, right?
Right.
And Mercury is in the third house, which is the Mercury house, conjunct Saturn.
Okay.
And in Leo, which is the sign of self-expression, right? To be seen, to show
Right.
yourself. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, going through your whole life feeling blocked, parts of you blocked, not being able to speak, not being heard, being ignored, being dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, not being seen. Doing a lot
Not
of
being seen.
work for someone and not being recognized.
Yeah, and so I've always worked in those customer service support roles,
Oh
and I know
yeah.
and I make them feel really good, and like that's how I found value is I get to make them feel really good. They feel great. Um, but as I've gotten
Uh-huh.
older, I've realized like that can also be really draining, and then where am I in it? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not
Because
quite
you
sure.
have to do the oh hi, hello, so how nice, everything's beautiful.
Right.
Okay.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
um, one, I love how you did that because your voice got higher. And so that's something I've noticed. Like my voice has gotten lower as I've gotten, like I used to talk up here more, and it's just gotten lower as I've gotten more like comfortable in my body and less performative. But I was raised in the South, which I don't know how that, but I don't know, like the Southern woman is so accommodating, like, oh, sit here, let me get you some tea. Like,
Okay.
it just very like there's this pleasantry, but it's can be I am nice. I actually am a very caring, nice person, but there's a performativity that I was taught is important, so that people like you. Um, so I don't that doesn't run my life anymore, but it's still there, and it's very prevalent in the way that I show like yeah, I'm not showing up. Like I was doing okay with my career and I was showing up and I'm doing readings and then last year there was a shift, kind of like an evolution in me. And it's like what I've been doing no longer really works. Like I'm kind of beyond that,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know what that is yet. And I haven't fully stepped into it. I've stepped a little bit into like helping people develop their intuition. And I've taught a couple cohorts of, like 5 people, um, which has been incredible, but I'm blocked. Yeah. It's like, I don't know where to go next. I want to be standing on stages speaking. So that's what that
Ah,
came through last year. It was like, it's time to tell my story like publicly. I started writing a memoir, but then realized I really just want to speak versus write. Like the talking is when I channel more. Um, when someone asks me a question and I'm able to just kind of relate and tell a story. Um, so yeah, that feels really exciting. I haven't taken any steps to get there yet, but I can envision it, which feels good.
uh-huh. Okay. Um,
Funny.
so there's a few things there's a few things I want to reflect, and then there's a few things I don't want to understand. I want to understand because I
Okay.
don't. Um, the pleasantries.
Yeah.
The third house is the house of speech,
Okay.
also the house of writing, right? The house of communication at large.
Okay.
And you having Saturn there, yeah, it makes me think about how conscientious you are in the way that you express yourself and how much energy and attention you put into that. Also, how much energy and attention you had to put into talking to other people, right? There's the connection with Venus and Gemini that you like to speak nicely and you like to make feel good and you are good in conversation naturally, right? But
Yeah.
then having to really be on, right, and be very good.
Yeah.
And this also,
Draining.
sorry?
That can be draining.
Yeah. And there was something else that I wanted to point out. Oh yeah, how conscientious you are when you write your posts and when you deliver information, making sure that it's not about you, right? So being so kind of there, I feel your Venus in the 12th, right? Doing things correctly at the cosmic level,
Mm,
right? So
yeah.
being right with the universe, kind of.
Yeah.
And then trying not to make it about you, not to make it selfish, not to make it self-centered. So there, I feel the Saturn in Leo.
Yeah.
Right? Abstaining from being the center of attention.
Like, I feel like I've made it my personal mission even as a child that no one could ever call me selfish or self-centered
Hmm.
to my detriment, completely to my detriment.
Why?
Don't do
Because you were
that.
getting called that a lot?
I don't know. Maybe.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I don't remember. I mean, I am an only child, and so there was
Uh-huh.
that where people would say, "Oh, you're a spoiled brat," and I don't know if the one person said it and then I decided. I don't really know. I just know that at some point it's like I need to make sure that nobody ever thinks that I don't care about them and that I am selfish and that I'm self-centered. Like I care the most,
Mhm.
which kind of meant I didn't care about myself.
Hmm. Okay. So now you're
So 12th house.
so okay, can you help me understand? It's you pause doing the readings, but now you open the books again and you imagine yourself speaking on stage, sharing your story. Can you organize that for me where all that is at the moment? Do you have speaking engagements? Are you going to do more
No,
readings?
I haven't taken any steps to do that yet. which would look like me kind of having to come up with words for what I'm going to say and like kind of a little pitch to say, here's what I can speak on, would your group like this? So no, I haven't taken any of those steps yet. Readings, I mean, I very much need income to come in, and I don't, yeah, so open up my calendar for, I mean, what came through right before I got on this session was like, just open it for a week. And I mean, nobody knows it's been closed. It's not like there's been an announcement, but like, just kind of block off a week and just for the collective. So it's interesting. You said you're realizing the collective needs this, like for sure. And just donation based, like whatever you want to pay, like not go through my normal pay scale. And
Interesting.
that feels really good. I just to unblock the flow because it's very blocked. And so that will do a couple things that will just get me back in the art of reading again. I would feel like I'm an artist with it. Like I'm and you said it, like I'm a reader. I'm always reading. And so when I am reading, it's just the best thing. It's soul. It's my soul. It's my soul purpose. So that, and then supporting people and having income. And I feel like I can focus on just 1 week because then I don't have to say, okay, I'm doing this regularly again, or I'm going to do a program. I'm not there right now.
Where does your money come from otherwise?
I don't have another source.
So you're crunching at the moment.
I'm very crunchy, and I've been that way for a little over a year. I've had a lot of moves, and so the current situation is my mother and I are now living together and with my kids 50% of the time. And I'm receiving benefit from the government, which is something I've never received from. So I'm getting like support with health and food or insurance. It's different here than there, but like I'm really receiving so much gratitude, right? Like I'm so grateful, and it's not really healthy for my,
Because you're around your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my health has gone backwards. I have a lot of chronic health stuff that
In what way?
Just like I would say a flare. So I have like chronic pain and fatigue. And when I'm thriving and doing really well and happy and kind of lower stress, and when I'm self-expressed, I don't feel any of that. And then this last year, we've been living together a little over a year. I'm just going back into that suppressed state.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty clear to me that, and it's, yeah.
But you're about to move out, or what?
No.
So you're staying with her for a while?
I mean, I would like to move out or have her move out. I would just need a way to afford the home. So I don't have that figured out yet. The boys' dad and I are talking about some possibilities, but yeah.
Right, because to me it feels like that situation is coming to an end because Saturn, okay, let me show you.
It does feel, I mean, just a conversation just 2 weeks ago, because their dad is breaking up, like separating from his partner. And so his household is changing. And so then the conversation has been like, well, now some options can open up. How can we?
I feel that for you because if you look at the past months, okay, I'm gonna go just look at Saturn specifically and how he's opposing your moon, okay? So I'm gonna go
Uh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you see it like the past 14 months, Saturn's been opposing your moon pretty much exactly.
yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Now Saturn is moving away, right? He's done opposing, but he's just moved away, right? So it takes some time for the big changes to take place. Now, here's the other thing. Jupiter is now direct in Cancer. He was retrograde for Sun, moving towards your Sun in Cancer.
That's
So both
right.
of those things together tell me, okay, so there's a change coming, positive change coming for you in terms of
Like
how
in these next few months, possibly.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and in cardology, in my spread by my birthday in July, it's like 4 of spades, which is stability in home, satisfaction and stability in like your home and your life.
Exactly. You're gonna have a Sun Jupiter conjunction in your solar return for this next year, right? Starting in next July. So for
Yeah.
me, that's very positive for you in terms of like establishing roots somewhere better, like being in a
Right.
better situation that you've been looking forward to for a long time, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
this feels like very positive for
Yeah.
me. I don't know, I could be wrong, but
I mean,
that's
that's what it's already feeling like, because just literally just 3 weeks ago, he was like, we're breaking up. And then 2 weeks ago, it was like, oh, maybe we could have like a nesting home for the kids and then swap. Anyway, it's just opened up conversation. And I'm like, even if that doesn't happen, I just feel really inspired by the conversation and the possibilities. And then Saturn, I mean, the amount. So I
Mhm.
think when I think of Saturn, I think of lessons, like the amount of lessons I have learned, have been profound. And my relationship with my mom is actually the best it's ever been, as hard as it is. We've had to face some things. And Saturn is never very friendly about how you have to face things. So, yeah. What do you
Yeah,
see?
I can see you being super family oriented, like since years already, maybe since 10 years.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have two sons. They're 12 and 14.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Is either of them changing schools?
Uh, well, one is going into high school, so he's going to a different school, but it's right next door. But the other one, my hope is that we're changing his schooling, that he doesn't go to regular school.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's my hope because he's struggling. So trying
Okay,
to,
there's again Saturn in your third house.
okay, for when? For what?
Well, no, Saturn is always in your third house in
Oh,
your chart. Right, and the third house is also about schooling, not only yours, also your children. Like if they get held back, or if they don't get along with the school, or if they are unpopular for whatever reason, yeah,
yeah.
or they have studying issues, like learning
Yeah,
disabilities.
I mean, he's home. I kept him home today for a mental health day because I'm like, I can't force this on him anymore. Like he'll be done in 2 months and then we'll do
Mhm.
something else next year. We'll do something different for him that it'll be a lot better for him.
Okay. So that's making me think also the reason I asked you about that is Uranus is moving towards your Mars, about to be conjunct, right? Because your Mars is at 2 degrees Gemini. So even if I go 1, 2 months forward, right, Uranus makes the exact conjunction. It's
Okay.
gonna be there for the rest of the year. Okay.
Okay.
And Mars, boys, two of them, Gemini, right? And they're both changing schools, Gemini,
Sure.
right?
Right.
Uranus there. So one of them's going to high school, the other one's getting pulled out of school.
Or
Also
if
makes me
he
think about
doesn't, he would change schools too. Yeah, they're both actually changing schools.
okay, yep.
They're graduating from their current.
Also, you can see this like they're changing schools. This should imply also a change in the way that you communicate with the world. Because you were talking about how you were doing the memoir, and then you thought, no, I want to speak on stage. So as soon as you said that, I was like, well, Uranus is about to conjoin your Mars in Gemini, right? And Gemini is about talking or delivering information. So it tells me there's something really new coming. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the sense that, like I was saying before, I can see, well, I feel it. I just don't know how it's going to get there.
Right. And we never do.
Well, and so that's why was just immediately inspired by your process, because you're starting this way, but it's evolving. And so, whereas I'm not really even starting yet because I can't see it. And I know intellectually, just do this. And then from there, the next thing will open up. I just have,
Okay, what I can tell you from the perspective of astrology is
yeah,
that it doesn't really matter how it's going to happen. It's going to happen. What we can really work with is the transits, meaning the timing, right?
okay.
And so, in terms of timing, what I see is like June of this year is
Okay.
probably when you're going to move out. I don't know about that, but look, Uranus is conjunct your Mars and Jupiter is conjunct your Sun
Yeah,
in Cancer, right? So that to me feels like, whoa,
that's something.
yeah. And it does feel like a lot more clients coming as well.
Yeah. Even just being, the validation of like, yeah, it is hard for me to express myself or to whatever. It's like, but it doesn't have to be. Like, that doesn't have to hold me back. I can just make sure I'm not comparing myself to other people who have no problem because they have other issues, you know?
How do you mean?
Or like if, uh, I have some peers who just show up and they're expressing themselves and they're getting clients and they have full schedule, but they're not me. I'm not them. They have
So I
me.
don't get it. What does it mean? Like, is it that you don't post online? Is that what you're
Yeah, I don't post online. I'm not really getting out much and meeting people and talking to people. Like I don't think any of my neighbors know what I do. Well,
oh,
one does. And I'm not super close to them, but still it's like I really want to be seen as the seer, the intuitive. Like I am that for the neighborhood. um and
mm-hmm.
but I don't, yeah, this whole being seen, not like scared of it. Yeah, then my mom pops up and I just feel like held back.
Mm-hmm. So you're always feeling held. Sorry, I just want to see your face again. Okay. Uh-huh. Because your face is so bright kind of in your hair. Like your hair is like that Leo, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just thought my mom, my whole life, has always wanted me to wear a headband like this. And she's like, oh, sorry, like this, like a headband
Mhm.
that holds my hair back my entire life. And I can't I'm like, no, don't tell me what to do. I don't want a headband. I can't stand that. And I would like always pull my hair back down.
Okay, yeah. So do you
So
see again the Saturn in Leo trying to restrict your hair? And that was like a constant theme that you guys were that was between you? Mercury,
yeah.
Saturn, Leo, right?
And
And
my
again, I
club.
just want to point out to you like Mercury is your chart ruler. Okay.
Oh, right.
So you can think about like you are Mercury.
Okay.
Okay. So you are conjunct Saturn, like you're constantly with him.
Okay.
Like for example, you can see that you wear glasses, right? So you can't see far, I guess.
It's the closeness
Okay, can't see near. Right. So again, Mercury, Saturn, it's hard for you to perceive information, so you need glasses to help also.
to help see,
Yeah.
but I don't always need them
Okay.
when I'm free. Like if I'm at a like music festival and I'm outside, I can look at my phone and read it
Oh.
much better. It's not perfect because this is just readers. It's not a prescription. I have 20/20. I have like good vision, but it's just like just the last couple years. And since living here, it's like I've had to go up in like the strength to be able to see my phone. for the
Uh-huh.
computer.
Okay,
But
so
when
see again the third house, like it's hard for you to look at the phone or to look at the computer,
yeah,
right? I don't have that issue at all. Most people don't, but you, it's like an everyday thing for you, right?
right.
Yes.
When I'm suppressed, when I'm not express, when I'm like this, when I'm fully free and expressed, it's not hard, not as hard.
Okay, so for me it's like, yeah, I wonder if you see, oh, it's all like Mercury, Saturn, right? Because
Mercury,
that's you,
Saturn.
Mercury with Saturn, like being so blocked, not being able to talk, not being heard, reading a lot, being very informed, being very thorough.
Yeah,
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really interesting chart for me. And
yeah,
also that you don't talk to your neighbors, you don't tell people about things, where you seem to be kind of more quiet, even though you're an oracle. Isn't that interesting? Jupiter's on your ascendant in Gemini and you're the oracle, but you struggle to express yourself. How can that
that,
be?
that right. That's really interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I can talk about their stuff all day long, and I can share about, like, I just had surgery, and so like, oh yeah, and this happened, and this, and I was fine, and then this, and I can share, but just I'm not. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So you love doing that and you will continue like as work. Like in terms of career, this is it, and you're gonna keep going with the cardology and with the readings.
yeah, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Or with the, yeah.
And how do you juggle your career with being a mom?
I mean, I feel like that's, I'll say, like, I don't know how to work and be a mom at the same time. Um, so I don't actually really juggle it. I just realized, like, oh, the kids are with me every other week. So I can just do readings 2 weeks a month when they're not here. I can just fill those weeks. And then when they're with me, I I don't have to do as much. That
Um,
feels good for me.
are your kids with their dad the half the time?
Yeah. And they're in school and they're older. I mean, they don't even need me as much, but just the, getting up at 6:15 and getting breakfast and lunches packed and dropped off at school and then taking the other one because he goes later, and then showing up for school events and then picking them up in the afternoon and doing dinners and homework. Like that to me feels like that's a job to me. Some people can manage that with all the other things they have, but that feels very full. Um,
Mm-hmm.
well, because family is really important. And when
That's
they're at their,
interesting.
yeah, because when they're at their dad's, they, he's not always there to support them and they do things on their own. They come home to themselves, and, sometimes they don't get their homework done, and that's fine too. That's just not how I do things.
Okay, so you're pretty particular about homework.
No, I hate homework. I
You hate
just
homework.
want them to feel, if you have it, let's get it done, which my second child, it doesn't always get done. But
Okay, there's your Saturn in the third house again. The struggle
I
with
think I
getting.
just need responsibility.
Mm-hmm. The other thing. Sorry, you said you need responsibility?
No, I think what I'm meaning is I feel like there's a responsibility that comes to make sure that I, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care about them needing to do homework at all, but they're supposed to do it. So like, and then you turn it in, and
Interesting. Okay, that's very Saturn in the third. And when you said that, I got this imprint. I don't know if the imprint is right, but I felt like you had to do homework also.
it feels like homework for me.
Like, and I mean when you were in school, like when you were
Oh
a
yeah.
girl, like you
Yeah.
were, it was important that you get your homework done.
Yeah, I had to do it. And well, actually, I struggled with it. Um, and when I didn't get it done, I do remember being like shamed for not getting it
Mm-hmm.
done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which I do not do to my children.
Okay, right. You hold back. You're very careful with what you say to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like I never want to dismiss them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The other thing that makes me think about this square, that half the time, you're the moon in the fourth house with your kids being a mom, half the time you're the oracle, Jupiter and Gemini, right? But they're kind of at odds and you don't get to do them all at once.
That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm two, well, Gemini, like two different people almost. Because even it's not as bad now. I mean, they're older, so it's a lot better. It was real hard when they were younger, but they
Ah,
don't even
why?
like
Why?
because they don't even well, because
Because
there's
the
I definitely
intellect is
we don't
missing.
have enough time.
Okay.
But but I mean, like they don't even like really this isn't an issue now, but it was a big thing. Like don't even like the smell of like when I want to smudge, or sit at my altar and like have some quiet time and I want to smudge, smoke. That smells so bad. Like there's just a lot of that. And then I would just be like, okay, fine, I'll just do it when they're not here. That kind of stuff.
Okay,
But
so do you see again the Mercury, Saturn, Leo? It's about the smoking and the smudging, and it smells bad, right? Burnt, fire, Leo, and they don't like
right.
that, and so it's too much, and then so you have to work around that, right? So again, Mercury, Saturn, Leo, third house.
You're right. Even by my kids, like I wanted to get a nose ring. This is like a few years ago, and
Okay.
I happened to mention it, and my oldest was like, "Oh, oh, like don't get a nose ring." And I was like, "I will not be told by my child what I can't do with my
Uh-huh.
body, right? Because I know my mom's already not going to like it." So yeah, and I got it anyway. So I did self-express in that. But you're right. It's on both ends. I've
Uh-huh.
like sandwiched myself.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not fully self-expressed with them. I'm not too far off, but I go like I dance and I drum and I do that. They do not want to be a part of that. They hated it every time I brought.
Oh, see? Interesting.
Yeah, it was hard. And I've been a single mom for 10 years. So I haven't had another person to be with them while I did the things.
Uh-huh.
That is so healing for me to what did you say? It's a square. It's basically this oracle and this like so I that's what it okay. Here's what it feels like. I feel like I'm living like I have one foot in the spiritual world and one foot here. And oftentimes I'm like, take me up there. Like I just want to go up there, but I'm really learning to be here because I need to function here, which I'm not super well, like financially. I'm not providing for myself. I have a lot of health challenges. And so I want to get, really,
Interesting. That Jupiter and your ascendant in Gemini makes me think like being high, right? In the like astral realms of information, the
yeah.
spiritual bliss or what, right? And then there's the moon in Virgo. Virgo's an earth sign, right? So the practicalities of everyday life, like taking the kids wherever they need to go, right? Like buying
And there,
stuff, like cooking, right? Like taking care of your body.
yeah. And that's you're not seeing my face right now, but I'm just like, oh, like when you're talking about the earth stuff, I'm just like, oh, it feels so hard. So hard.
Mhm.
I hate packing lunches. I hate cooking.
Okay.
But I have to do it every day.
Right,
And
but it's so small-minded. It's so
I
right?
know. I know.
Okay. It's not grand enough. But so much of your life happens there, isn't it? Isn't that interesting, right? Because there's your moon in Virgo, right? So that's your everyday life is like the practicalities nonstop. But there's the square with Jupiter.
Right. So how do I reconcile the two? I know my clients ask me that. I'm like, I don't have that answer. I can
Right.
just show you the pattern.
I mean, they just work together all the time, right?
Yeah. I think it's like bringing as much spiritual into the mundane as possible.
Yes, also, exactly. All the
Okay.
rituals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you have like posters and stuff at home, like lots of writing, notes.
I have lots of notes. They're not organized at all. I mean, they're sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, that's so good. Oh my God, I wrote that. Oh, that was a good one. I'm trying to create a list of like quotes. So eventually, you know,
See a big list of amazing quotes, Jupiter and Gemini on your ascendant. They're all disorganized because you have so much Mercury, right? the Virgo Gemini. So the
Yeah.
whirlwind of things everywhere, all the information, the subjects, all the different subjects.
Yeah. So is my rising sign opposing or square my moon, or it's the
Also, well,
Jupiter?
it's both because you have Jupiter rising, right? Jupiter is on the ascendant and squaring the moon. So,
Yeah.
it's very
Okay.
important. Any planet that's conjunct the ascendant, like, really takes over big time,
Okay.
right? That becomes the focal background of everything else happening, is that rising planet and the
Yeah.
rising
Okay.
ascendant. So, okay,
Okay.
great. Good. So let's pause here for today.
Okay. That feels good.
So what did you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, that's clear. The Saturn Mercury seems to be super clear. And then Mercury is my chart ruler, so it's even more prominent. I like that. I wrote down, I am Mercury. I am conjunct Saturn. And then the way I like to work is that doesn't mean I always have to, be blocked by that. But yeah.
Does it also make sense, kind of like your work blockages and the pattern that's there?
Yeah. And also, it's the thing that I help other people with the most is to help free themselves from their own, not limiting beliefs, but like self deprecating thoughts or criticisms, or like I'm constantly, mentoring around like giving yourself grace and love and compassion. And I can hold you in that, but giving that to myself has been really hard.
Yeah, see, so there's the Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Gemini that is on your ascendant.
Yeah.
That is the oracle that talks very nicely and has the perfect information, all the answers, knows how to make people feel good, can reflect
Right.
information perfectly, right? And then there's the other part of your chart, the Mercury Saturn in the third house that you
Right.
yourself struggle to. Okay, so you see how it works together,
I
everything.
do.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
And it's also confusing. And like maybe this is the Gemini thing, because I get annoyed by like, I look really put together on the outside. I'm not faking it. I'm not lying. I'm not doing anything. I light up when I'm in the role of being able to talk or whatever. But like if you live with me, you see what a struggle I have,
Mm-hmm.
the consistency or the daily, the mundane stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna stop recording and then we're
Okay.
just gonna talk for a few more minutes, okay?
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
To anyone watching, hope that was informative. Do you have a final message? Did you want to say something?
No, just thank you. This was really helpful.
All right, good.
Yeah.